Hi, my name is Quanasia, and welcome to my book corner where I talk to you about books or series that I recently read. Today's series or book is on the screen. If you have read it before, continue on with this review. If you have not read it before, please go and read it, girl, and then come on back because I don't want to hear nothing about spoilers, okay? I don't want you to start wanting to tussle because I done said something you ain't read yet, okay? Okay, so new series is Crenshaw Kings. I've read 3 of the books already. And there's 8 books in this series. All right, so I'm gonna start with the first book that I read in this series, which was book 8. Oh no, it was book 7, excuse me, which is Save Room for Us. And this was about, I believe, Asif or Asif. He is the youngest of the bunch of kids, I believe, and it was talk about his lived life with Anastasia. I don't really remember too much, so that's what we're gonna leave it at. And then we're gonna go on to book 1 called The Marriage Favor. The Marriage Favor. Also, you should be reading these books in order. I just did not. Okay. Book 1 was about how the parents and their dynamic came to be. I don't remember much about that either, so yeah. And then book 2 I read in May. I'm not gonna hold you, I do not remember what the fuck I read about that either. And it was about, I want to say, the oldest brother. I don't remember. Okay, either way, it was about him and his girlfriend Couture. Okay, so I'm in book 3. What's going on so far? The female main character name is Scotland. She has a boyfriend named Art. Okay, yeah, that's his name, Art. He's been beating her ass, alienating her from her family. None of her family want to fuck with her, right? Well, this man ends up in jail, so she's like, oh, and he brings a woman in her house saying that was his cousin and his cousin's daughter. Turns out that's his girlfriend and her daughter, and he trying to have a polyamorous relationship, right? She has nowhere to go. She ain't got no money. She depends on him 100%. He ends up in jail for a year. So in that year, she's trying to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, when she first finds out that he is fucking on that girl that's supposed to be his cousin named Nairobi, and that was his child, she decided to go to the club, met a couple, fucked on a couple, the guy fucked on her, and she ends up pregnant, right? Now she's trying to find a way to make money to get rid of the baby. But during her trying to make money to get rid of the baby, Nairobi is getting on her nerves. Art sends Bosco is like his runner basically, to take care of the household. She ends up start talking to Lequay, which is his cellmate. Now they start talking. He ends up sending her money and a phone and flowers, and ends up getting her a job because she's a nail tech at his mother's company, right? And for some reason this bitch refuses to ask for help, and I just don't understand why y'all do this. I mean, shit, you could be leaving the worst situation to a worser one, go into a worser one, and not understand that. But baby, you have to plan a little bit better. Do something, ho. She's trying though. I give you that. And she pregnant and she's trying to get rid of that baby. She's gonna end up keeping it. And I think the baby daddy is Lequay, to be honest. Anyways, let me continue reading. Art ends up getting offed. Lequay didn't waste no time with his ass. And then Nairobi pulls up on Scotland talking about some, oh, we ain't got no money, and can you give me some money? And she's like, bitch, no. Use the money you stole. And she's like, oh, Art went away a couple of weeks, blah blah blah. So she was like, what happened to Bosco? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm fucking him. And do you think that the baby, her baby, is actually Art? Art is probably infertile as a motherfucker, or was, period. Anyways, so she looked at Nairobi like, oh bitch, you crazy. Could be Bosco's, who knows? So then she said, you know, you better be careful because Bosco is tracking your man. Like he on his ass and he gonna kill him and rob him and all that. So while Scotland's scary ass, you know, went home, and she basically told Lequay like, yeah, he watching you, right? So he ain't said no more after that, because my girl is scared for me, and she said, you watching me, I'm finna step to you. So now he got them in the house, in the warehouse, and he asked them, and he's like, nah, I wasn't really tracking you, blah 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 blah. And he was like, nah, y'all gotta go off them both, period. So Tiara is sitting there trying to tell anybody and everybody about how Lequay isn't really Scotland's baby daddy. That's not really his baby, and she's trying to find a way to get a paternity test. Bitch, that's not how this works. You don't just get her hair and get his hair to see if that's his baby. That's not how that works, bitch. That's how I know you a dumb bitch. But anyway, it's only fucking story short. She decides that she is gonna talk to somebody. He finds out that she out here sniffing around trying to find out how to get him a paternity test, and then bring it back like, oh, see, that's not your baby. Didn't know how that was gonna work. Anyways, when she gets to the test to talk to she gets to the place to talk to somebody, he's sitting there and he looking at her like, are you dumb? Like, what is wrong with you? You trying your hardest to get in between my relationship, and I'm not here for it. By the way, they find out the baby is a boy. Super cute. So anyways, he ends up getting her ass beat because she just wasn't getting it. It wasn't getting through her head. Also, she fucked his brother. And I'm side-eyeing Shakir because what is wrong with you, Shakir? Why would you want to fuck behind your brother? That's just nasty. That's just straight up nasty. So anyways, long story short, that's where I'm at. He had to offer. Well, he didn't offer. He just beat her ass. He was actually saving her because you know how he did the other three people that was getting on his motherfucking nerves. She definitely could have been one of it. And I'm surprised she didn't pop up pregnant or anything like that. And he told her, like, you just want me for my dick and my money. You don't even want to be with me. Like, you don't ask me about my day. You are not her. She's just different to you. Like, she is what I wanted from when we laid down and had a threesome. Period. And she just isn't getting it. She popping up at events and stuff that nobody invited her to. She's mad that the family loves Scotland, and she was gonna try to talk to him, but she walked in on Scotland and him getting down and dirty. He was digging her out, and she was just. And then he said he loved her. He was talking to Scotland, and then he said he loved her, and you know, Miss Girl ran away. She threw up, and she was so sad, and Shakir popped up, took her some, I could take you home, and all this other bullshit. And Lequay told Shakir, listen, go ahead and fuck her. I don't give a damn. I ain't fucking her. I'm happy. I got a wife. Period. Okay, so boom. I finished reading the book. He got set up, I guess, in book 2. I don't remember. And he was trying to figure out how did he get set up. Somebody planted drugs on him. Bitch, come and find out. The friend to Tiara, Jessica, planted it on him because she was upset that basically she was in love with Tiara, and she was upset of how the way he was treating her. All because Tiara was coming back to her telling, oh, he do this to me, he do that to me, knowing that man already told her that we ain't nothing, bitch. Period. He done off Tiara. I mean, not Tiara. He done off Jessica. Jessica's gone, girl. Now Tiara is sitting up with Shakir. Again, I'm side-eyeing Shakir because what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyways, I really enjoyed this book. It was good. It had everything in it. A whole bunch was going on in just this one book, and I was like, what the hell? Wasn't surprised that was old girl that was a cop. I was just happy those who needed to be handled were handled. Okay? Because all of this time is always something with these motherfuckers, and you gotta be 3 books in before them motherfuckers get dealt with. I'm grateful that he handled his business expeditiously. We love that. Moved on to the next one. Okay, so I don't know if I told you I was on book 4. Book 4 is about what's this nigga name? Shakir. Alright, so Shakir meets Presley. They was hunching not too long. They was hunching for some time, okay? Just F buddies. However, when Presley was younger, her mama boyfriend raped her, and the mama didn't believe her, then goes ahead and marries her. She ends up getting pregnant. She ends up getting pregnant by said guy, and he nor the mother recognizes it. Now he got her basically whoring herself by having contracts with athletes. She doesn't have sex with them, but she just goes around town like they her man. And also she wanted to be a what's it called, chef, and she went to go to culinary school, but that didn't happen. So now she works at a diner part-time. Then Shakur, she's pregnant. She gets pregnant by Shakur. She tells him, but by this time he's still messing around with nasty ass Tiara that was fucking around with Lequay, and she still loves Lequay. Okay, yeah. So boom, I'm on 62%. So I've been reading it a little bit, but anyways, long fucking story short, after Shakur finds out that that's his baby, and I'm missing some part. So anyways, when Presley finds out she's pregnant, she goes to Shakur's house basically to tell him, and he wasn't home at the time, but Tiara was home, right? And she basically told her like, oh, he's not here, blah blah blah, and through his phone she basically was telling her like, oh, go get an abortion, and that's not his baby, blah blah blah. So, and blocked her on everything, blocked her phone number, right? So he's like confused, like, bitch, you ain't ever tell me about that. But she's like, nah, for real, like, you told me fuck me and you blocked me on everything. So long story short, he starts thinking is, oh girl, she's crazy in her motherfucking head. Okay, now we're getting to the point where Presley decides they found out that that's his baby because he looks exactly like Shakur. Anyways, now she and Shakur are dating, and he broke up with Tiara because Tiara wasn't doing her job as a girlfriend. But not only that, she wants to be a shoe designer, and she started hunching on the CEO of the company that's gonna help her do her design her shoes while she was dating Shakur. So you're a whore. Anyways, they break up, and now she's trying to be all on him, calling him and carry on. That lady is going to act a plumb fool. I don't know why Shakur thinks she could just going to walk away. No, she is going to act a plumb fool. Like, for real. And he over here thinking shit is going to be sweet. No, that lady is going to go off. And back to the mama. I just want you mothers to know, okay, because I want you mothers to know that when you pick men over your children, there is a nice spot in hell waiting for you. Okay? Especially when your children, especially your daughters, but no, it's not especially your daughters. When your children come to you and tell you that that man had touched them inappropriately, and you decide not to listen to them because that man's paying your bills, you deserve to be dogged out, ass whooped, and to hell. You don't deserve any rest. Your spirit doesn't deserve any rest, because that's crazy. You brought them children in this world, and that's how you gonna treat them? Crazy. Allow them to be traumatized over and over again. This nigga got her pimping her out, and you know about it. Talk about you don't want to talk about the past, bitch. Alright, so I finished book 4. Tiara decides to post that she's pregnant, tell him that she's pregnant. She's not actually pregnant, but she made it up. Then Presley says she's gonna make it known that he, did what he did to her. Come to find out, he has done that to another 16-year-old girl that he was messing with, and went and took her to get an abortion. So Virgil came out of the bar drunk one night. Shakur found him and put him down like he needs to be, because he's a low down nasty dog. But the mama's saying, talk about, she gonna divorce him, and she always believed Presley. She just didn't want to be alone. Remember what I said earlier, you women that do this shit, disgusting. Long story short, the mama's still wrong. She said she didn't want to be alone and all that bullshit. You sacrificed your daughter so you could stay up under a nigga who was lusting after your child, and then got her pregnant, and now you talk about you love your grandbaby. girl, fuck you. I wouldn't forgive her at all. Don't even want to talk to her. But that's neither here nor there. Presley and Shakur ends up getting married at the end at Vegas, and that's cute or whatever. Again, another book where people got put the fuck down like they need to be. Love that, Latrice. I'm on book 5. Kiss It Better. We're starting off with an Alicia or Lisi, and she works with daycare. Anyway, she loves a little girl named Brisa, and her mama name is Miss Andrews. Now Brisa came and dropped the baby off. She claimed she be getting her ass beat or this craziness. I'm already putting 2 to 2 together, and Brisa is Nixie, that crazy bitch who left with her baby and they don't know where she at. Just randomly dropped this lady off with her daycare teacher and said, I'm gonna come pick her up in a couple of days. I gotta move some things around. What in the entire fuck? Like, for real. I'm only 2% in. I had to get y'all in line because, if you don't take that baby back to her damn daddy. So this whole time, Nixie has decided she's gonna be with a new man. This man ain't got no damn money. And now they're deciding that they are going to rob Bashar. They're gonna get a lick off his ass. And Nixie girl, your man don't know what type of family he got, nor does he know what type of man he is. Them niggas is crazy. Like, for real, you think you crazy, Nixie? Dumb niggas is crazy and they off their fucking rockers. So why do you think you gonna just get scot-free and be able to spend and get a liquor off Rashard, baby? This, you ain't ever gonna see Brisa ever again. Cause you gonna be in the ground 6 feet under. He told you he was gonna put your ass in his backyard and nobody was ever gonna find you again. He meant that. You and your boyfriend is finna be in the ground pushing up daisies. Ridiculous. So this whole time, I was sitting here thinking that Lisie's boyfriend Jario has been trying to get in the league for maybe a year or 2. This nigga's been trying to get into the league for 5 years and been watching her work and pay all the bills, even asking her for money and asking his parents for money. He does not want to get a job. His excuse is that he's trying to get in the league. Baby, you're not getting in. 5 years? Girl, you've been paying this nigga's way for 5 years? Ma'am. No, ma'am. And your sister talk about, it's a rough patch. You need to stay with him. 5-year long rough patch? 5 years? Girl, enough is enough. He took her bill money, and instead of paying the bills with it, he's pocketing it for, quote unquote, a rainy day. This man pulls up. First of all, let's talk about Nixie's mama. Nixie's mama is crazy. That's why both of her kids are crazy. That lady is off her fucking rocker. They get it from their mama. Okay? That lady probably killed her husband, for all we know. Crazy. Do you understand me? Now, here come Lisey and this damn Jario. Jario definitely cheated. Well, he just told her he cheated with 2 of them and he getting money from these bitches. First of all, you sending money to a nigga, bitch, you should be ashamed of yourself. And it's a whole bunch of girls in his phone. Yeah, girl, go on ahead to Bashar, get your back broke and be taken care of, because this nigga ain't ever gonna be in the NBA. Ever. And if I was you, I would tell Simone, make everything possible that this nigga don't ever get on any team. You hear me? So remember how I said they got that crazy from the mama? So they go over to Trixie, and the grandmama Glenda goes over to Bashar's house to see Brisa, right? Trixie and Glenda is Nixie's sister and mom. Anyways, they go over there and Bashar leaves the room, right? Now, Brisa calls and Alicia, whatever. She calls her mommy, and they're like, shouldn't you stop her from doing that? She's like, yeah, you're right, blah, blah, blah. And then here go Trixie talk about, oh, we have something between us. That's my man, blah, blah, blah. Delusional. That used to be your sister, man. Why is you pushing up on this man? Crazy. Anyways, they go home, right? Nixie is having a breakdown already. Trixie act like she can't see that, right? So Trixie's like, yeah, I fucked him. You say he like it raw. You was right, cause he do. And Nixie fucked around and bashed her head in and left. Boom. Now, I don't think I said this, but Bashar had a break in at his house, and they was laid up in the room with Brisa, and he like woke up to hearing noise. Somebody broke the door in and went into his office to try to find the safe, but they didn't try to save. They didn't find the safe. But anyways, he ends up, gunning down one of them, and the other one was shot in the leg. Lequay ended up finding, what was his name? Rifle, what the fuck ever, that nigga that Nixie was fucking with, off of him, because first of all, Nixie and Rifle, whatever the fuck, had decided that they was gonna take out Bashar and Alicia, and that Nixie was gonna take Brisa. Okay, now Nixie's on the run. I would try to find that bitch and have my house secured the fuck down, because she's off her rocker, and I don't feel like they taking it serious enough. The mama didn't even want to call the cops, talking about, oh, she's just going through something. Girl, your other daughter is dead because of her. But then I had to understand, she's nuts as well, so of course the mama gonna try to save her. Child, anyways. Alright, so Jamar, that's not his name, by the way. His name is Jario, but I'm calling him Jamar or Jamal, because that's what Bashar calls him. Decides he wants to put out a hit on Bashar. Now, it gets back to his team, and he's let go from the team because he's doing illegal shit, right? And Simone is outside basically telling him, so you didn't think that it would get back to us, that you tried to off him, like we didn't know who Red was? Sir, what is wrong with these people? Everybody is like off their rocker like a crazy ex, like they on crack. You ain't treat these people well when you was with them, but now they not with you no more. You acting a plump fool. Okay, remember I told y'all I read book 1, 2, and 7, but I read 7 first before I read book 1 and 2. Okay, so it's coming back to me that Anastasia and Asif got together in book 7, but I totally forgot. I think I said this before previously. So if I had said, oh, I hope Asif and Anastasia get together and she get her back blown by this young man, it in fact did happen. It just went right out my mind because I was reading these other books. Okay? Okay. Anyways, female main character is Yolani. Male main character is Simone. Simone is all the male main characters in all these books, brother. Okay? Simone reminds me of Pierre from The Art of Hood Love, who is a fertile motherfucker, just be fucking everything, and have all these damn kids. Well, he only has 2. He trying to get after Yolani, and Yolani telling him, boy, I ain't got time for you. I don't have time for you and your bullshit. Alright? You just want to fuck on me. That's what you want to do. You just want to fuck on me and then send me on by my way. And that's not what I need. I don't want a nigga who's just gonna fuck on me. I want a motherfucker who's gonna love me, cherish me. Okay? Gonna be there for me. Do not just want a man to be all up in my face sending me gifts and shit. They ain't doing shit. Do you know how many other niggas is sending me gifts out here? You ain't the only one. Get with it or get the fuck lost. Period. By the way, this is the 6th book, Feelings for You. And I'm liking it so far. I'm only on 7%. I feel like I've been reading this book forever, child. Anyways, bye. So, what's this nigga name? Simone decides to go to Mississippi with Yolani to go see her grandparents. He's building like decks, sheds. He know what he doing. We love that. A man who knows how to use his hands, period. Now Avery decides to take Simone to a strip club to set him up, and Simone already told him like, leave me the fuck alone. So boom, he ends up beating Avery's ass because he figures out like he told all the strippers to come to him, and every single time he would tell the strippers no, they would look at Avery weird, like, you said come over here. So anyways, he ends up beating his ass, fights break out, they end up going to jail, they end up coming out, and Yolani, asks Simone what happened, and he tells him what Avery did. So then she leaves the room and she goes and speaks to Avery, and Avery starts cussing her out about wanting to be with Simone and how he's a deadbeat, blah blah blah. Obviously she knows differently, right? So then Simone basically tells Avery, like, you need to apologize to her before I blacken your other eye, right? And so Tilsa, her delusional ass, Tilsa is Avery's girlfriend. Her delusional ass talk about, oh, you want my man, yada yada yada, right? She basically tells Tilsa, like, bitch, I don't want your man. Your man is in love with me. He's been in love with me since we were younger. Tilsa's like, is that true? Boom. After everybody's done arguing, and Simone and Yolani goes into their room, blah blah, they end up hunching, and then they, he goes to his room, she goes to her room. So she forgets to brush her teeth or whatever, so she gets up to go brush her teeth, and she realizes Tilsa ass is in there trying to get in bed with Simone. Baby, when I say she turned Tilsa ass every which way but fucking loose, Simone had to come pick her up and take her in the room, ended up punching her again, but that's neither here nor there. She tells Avery, like, nigga, I'm done with you, I don't want to fuck with you no more, you dead to me, don't even look my motherfucking way. This lady, and now Avery's talking about how he's still in love with her, and he's just upset that she's picking this man, he's gonna hurt her like all the rest of the men she's been with, and yada yada yada. Crazy. So Yolani daddy is just like Avery, delusional, and going to tell her, because she said she want to take a year break, and he's like, oh, it's because of that boy. Okay, and it might be. Mind your business. He gonna tell her, don't get pregnant. Who is you? Talk about promise me you not gonna get pregnant. Wait a couple of years. Why is you in this lady pussy? Why is you trying to dictate her coochie? The only pussy you need to be worried about is the one that you be up in at night, and that's your wife's. Who is you to tell your grown-ass daughter who she can get pregnant by? Who she can and can't get pregnant by? Let them have a beautiful, happily ever after. Mind your goddamn business. The audacity. After you cussed her out in the house, talk about some, oh, if you get pregnant and he leave you, you're not allowed in this house. The only reason why you apologize is your wife told you, if my baby ain't allowed in this house, baby, you ain't either. Crazy. Y'all, we made it to book 8. In Jesus' name. Amen, child. This book is about Unique, and it's already starting off a fucking mess. Do you hear me? Why? Okay, so the female main character name is, I forgot. Are you surprised? I hope not. Cabrina. There you go. So the female main character name is Cabrina, and Cabrina is dating this nigga named AJ. Now, if you've read, I think it was book 7, you would remember that they made this nigga named AJ jump off the boat because he said something disrespectful or did something disrespectful to one of the ladies. So they made him jump off the boat and swim back to shore. Well, bitch, that same AJ is who Cabrina was dating for 2 years. They get to this party because he was on the same show as Unique, and his wife heavily pregnant comes in the club and congratulate him, kissing up on him. AJ tries to pass Karina off as Unique's girlfriend. She said, nigga, no, punch him straight in his mouth. Period. Don't ever let nobody play on your top. Do you hear me? Play on your top or play with your time. Period. She's like, I gotta get the fuck. So security like takes her out, blah blah. Unique is like, all right, I'll go with you. They go to another club, I'm guessing. They get fucked up. So much so they end up waking up the next day confused about what the fuck happened. Fuck around and find a marriage certificate in the marriage photo. She's supposed to be getting her stuff. I don't know how this happened. She just decides she gonna get up and get her. And Unique was like, I got a private jet. I could take you back with me on the jet. But in my head, I'm like, but what about her stuff that's with that nigga in his room? So AJ really is a bitch ass nigga because she decides she gonna leave him. But I don't really think she really thought that through because he pays her car bills. He paid for her apartment. He is partial reason why she still has her career as a celebrity makeup artist now. And his credit cards that she put him. So, and her insurance. So now she no longer has the insurance. She has to get out of his house. She has to leave his car. She doesn't have a job because nobody wants to fuck with her now. Her insurance, like, y'all, when y'all fucking with these niggas, make sure you put shit in your own name. Y'all just be out here happy-go-lucky and y'all not really thinking straight. Okay, if you gonna use your pussy for something, make sure you put your name on whatever the fuck you got out of this motherfucker. The cars in your name, house your name, insurance your name, credit cards your name. Why the fuck would you put everything under him, girl? Oh my god. Sabrina called her aunt, who she used to regularly give money to, $2,000, $3,000 here and there for some money. Her aunt said, what happened? She said, AJ paying my bills. She said, used to pay my bills. She said, what happened? She tells her the story. And I was like, okay, he's a good guy, so why don't you just basically be the side bitch and get over it? She said, Karina was like, no, I don't want to do that. And her aunt was like, well, baby, I don't got the money. I can't help you. This is a lesson learned from some of y'all. When y'all get with people that got money or you got money, stop giving handouts to motherfuckers. Because when you on hard times, them same motherfuckers you used to give money to is going to act like they can't give your ass shit. Can't even give you spit. Can't even spit on you if you on fire. Those are the type of people that be around y'all. Y'all don't realize it until after the fact. This is her aunt. She's asking for money, and this is how her aunt is acting. Excuse me. You can't give this girl $700. But also, I understand she ended up getting married to Unique. I understand she don't want to end up like how she currently is by depending on a man, okay? But you need to treat this nigga differently than the last one. Use the money that you getting from Unique and motherfucking invest that shit. Triple that motherfucker. Put it in the savings account so when that time comes when you feel like you can't even be with him no more, baby, you are set. You can live your same lifestyle without him. Okay? But you don't want to help because you're not thinking all the way. If you was thinking all the way, you would accept the help from that man and use that coin like you're supposed to. But everybody is so used to living poor instead of learning how to live rich. Okay? Everybody was taught how to live poor, but nobody was taught how to live rich. And it's obvious. You don't want to be married to that man that's cute, okay? That's cute and all. But if he's offering, you take what you need and do what you need to do with it. Come on. Hey. Y'all, this book is a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And I'm only on 32%. Unique ends up getting the lead role over AJ. Now he's salty. His wife calls her, talk about why you calling my man I hate that women do this. I hate women do this, okay? Anyways, she sends people to beat her up. Alright? One of Unique's girlfriends set her up for an appointment just to press her, and it didn't work out like she thought it would. Unique over here talk about he trying to be her friend. He don't really want to get divorced. This lady is already going through enough with AJ and his wife situation, even though he ain't know he had a fucking wife. And you ain't helping with your two girlfriends. And then you sitting here and talk about something you don't know if you want to stop seeing other women, but you still want to be married. Sir, if you don't get the fuck up out my face. Not only that, this lady ain't getting no jobs, no nothing. And it's time for you to start working somewhere else, bitch. Makeup is just not for you no more. You gotta get you some other job. You sitting here on your hands waiting for somebody to call you for some makeup, and you over here talking about something you want to get a loan to have your own makeup line, bitch. You don't have no income. You think a bank is just going to give you money just cause? No, bitch, that's not how that fucking work. I understand you want to be left alone. I get it, but bitch, you gonna have to start working at McDonald's or some shit. Your rent is only $500, okay? And also, you need to leave this lady alone. She's been traumatized enough. She already told you her story. You know what happened between her and AJ. Why the fuck is you trying to make shit even more difficult for her? Make it make fucking sense. Cabrina takes Unique to a family reunion. There Unique sees his father. His father try to act like he don't know who the fuck he is. So he punched the shit out of him because, nigga, you know exactly who the fuck I am. Stop playing in my face. So he ends up going back to his siblings to tell them. And his siblings is like, oh, we going up to his church, because basically he's doing the same thing he did before. So they said that they're going up to his church and they finna air his ass out. And they did just that. His wife was like, wow, that's crazy. So they go to their mom and tell them, yo, this is what we did. Why she was mad at her sons, like, why would you do that, blah blah blah, like, you have a stepdad, yada yada yada. Girl, that nigga is still their father, and they still have the right to feel some sort of way. He sat there and act like he didn't even know his own son, trying to act like that was a stranger. At the end of the day, no matter how shitty he was as a father, that is still their damn daddy. Okay? Prime came along, he took over, that's great. But I'm with them. I wouldn't let that shit go either. That's fucked up of the father to even do that. Change his name to damn Kyle. You can't even get mad at them. So Cabrina goes to her aunt, and her aunt is like, oh, they should have gotten over Red. They got a new stepdaddy. Cabrina aunt is such a pick-me and so male-centered that it's scary. Like, it's annoying. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? Oh, they should get over it. She's been telling Cabrina to just get back with AJ because he got money. He actually does not have money. He was actually paying for this girl bills and giving her money that was his wife's. And then he took this lady passwords and hacked her account, so she wasn't able to get in to make money. Then when Unique made him give her passwords back, he now texting her, carry on, talking about he love her and he want to be with her. That lady is married. She just told you she was married to this man. She don't even want to look at your ass, and you act like you don't understand that, sir. I'm not understanding why the people around these boys are not understanding that they have a right to feel some sort of way about their father abandoning them. Because that's exactly what that man did, and then went on to have another family. Everything in the dark comes to light, and that's even in church. Remember that. Why they all at a cabin having a cute little couples retreat, right? And then why the fuck Daisy pop up out of nowhere? So Anastasia like, oh, I got you, bitch, because you said was on site, remember? Fucked her ass up, okay? Kicked her in the damn, not kicked her, but kneed her in the pussy. Here go fucking Scotland talk about, I didn't know that work on people, I need to try that. Girl, stop. Daisy, they was just talking about crazy exes the night before. Daisy is crazy. Like, what is wrong with you, girl? Enough is enough. That man said he don't want you. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Okay, we're done with book 8. There will be a book 9, but I don't know when that's coming out, so don't ask me. First of all, Tamira, that old lady that was hunching on Unique, she ends up leaving, stepping down from the show, and then she puts out a statement saying that, you know, basically Unique was hard to work with. So Unique said, okay, bitch, you're trying me. And I think Asif put out AJ put out a statement as well. Well, baby, they got AJ out of there. Okay, and I think they also did the same thing with his wife, because they said it was a murder-suicide. So I think they did the same thing with his wife. Anyways, so Unique said, okay, bitch, you're trying me. So him and a couple of other guys that she also made, because she likes young guys apparently, so him and a couple of other guys that she also made sleep with her put out their statements, and she tried to say it was a lie, and her husband said, oh no, bitch, you did the same thing to me. Oh girl. And then nobody heard from her again. So then Devontae, they end up having a conversation with Devontae and Sharon. At the end of the day, Devontae ends up pooming himself, and Devontae is no more. You know, that man just needed to be gay. But obviously his parents were religious and, you know, traumatized that boy. So, you know, he was trying to live the heterosexual life when he really should just step out that closet and live his authentic homosexual life. But he couldn't take it no more, and he just left this plane. You feel me? Unique ends up getting a movie out there. He's about to have another movie out there. Cabrina's Make 'em Line is out there, is forever being sold out, and also now they're pregnant. I love this happy ending. Again, like I said, I love that in each and every book, these people enemies are being taken care of, because I can't stand a book that's going on for 7 books and the enemy is still out here just living and trying to take them out. Get rid of them already, okay? Anyways, I loved this whole series. I love that each book was over 400 pages. I love that shit. Do I feel like I done finished I done reached the top of Mount Everest? Bitch, I do. Okay? This is a lot of pages, okay? I feel like I'm just at the top and I finished it, and I'm very, 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 very grateful. I hope you guys go out there and read this book. It's Kindle Unlimited, y'all. Y'all can go and also purchase it. Don't ask me where, because I do not know. Shvonne Latrice, yeah, I love it. Love you down, girl. I hope. Oh, she got questions at the end. Damn, let me see if she had questions for somebody else. Okay, hold on. Was Unique wasting Daisy and Aurora's time? At the time, he was not wasting their time. He really thought he wanted to be in a relationship with them, but really, he just was too scared to be in a monogamous relationship. Do you think Daisy and Aurora had a right to crash out? I mean, I guess, but once that man told you he ain't want you, don't let a man have to tell you twice, okay? Were you surprised that Daisy was interested in another brother prior to meeting Unique? No, because some of these bitches, they end up being a crazy ex. That's always the case. Is this what you expected for Unique? One who said he would never settle down? Yes. It always happens to the ones that say they wouldn't never do something. Oh, I would never have kids. End up with damn 50 of them. What did you think of Cabrina's aunts? One of them was okay. The other one, I already said I really didn't care for her. Pick me ass. Do you believe AJ actually loved Cabrina as he claimed? No. Do you feel for Zosiah? No. Zosia? No. I don't feel for that lady. Instead of you checking his ass, you too busy up in Cabrina ass. Worry about the man that's supposed to be loyal to you. Do you think the boys were wrong for confronting Devontae due to the domino effect it had? Nope. Do you feel Devontae took the coward's way out? What did you think of Sharon Manning, Devontae's new wife? I think he did, but he couldn't stop their urges. He should have just left his wife. I mean, damn, go and live your gay life and live the rest of your days with your man. Okay? Sharon would have been okay. Sharon was okay. I mean, she was trying to love her man as best as she could. Were you shocked Cabrina was the connection to Devontae? No. Was I shocked? No. Cabrina tried her best. She wanted to hold her man down, and that's all that fucking matters. You feel me? She loved her man, and that's just that. Okay. Book 7, questions. Were you surprised by Simone in this book? No. How was it seeing him humbled by Yolani? It was cute. He was doing the most, to be honest. And Yolani said, baby, you ain't going to be able to do that with me. Period. Did you have an inkling about Soline and Ananda? Yes. If you haven't noticed, every book has a crazy ex, and I wasn't surprised that them two were crazy. Also, I wasn't surprised that they wasn't his kids, because when Yolani looked at them babies and said, baby, they don't even look like you, I said, oh yeah. Do you think his baby mamas deserve to die? I don't think they deserve to die, but hey, he said, yeah, you gotta put them down before they start having, causing more problems. Who was stupider between Soline and Ananda believed Soline hard body, and Soline was like the mastermind, and Ananda just went along with it. Period. How did you feel about Yolani's father? Adeline, a weirdo. Do you believe Avery's actions were warranted? No, that nigga was a weirdo. Do you think Tilsa deserved to perish along with Avery? Yeah. Or should she have been spared? No, Tilsa was doing too much, and Avery was doing too much. Tilsa was in denial. Avery was doing too much. How did you feel about Malaysia? Malaysia was doing too much. Whose story are you looking forward to the most at this point? Banks. Because it's always the girls that want to go for the niggas that ain't for them. Okay, let's go. This is book 5, questions. Do you think Bashar wrote Nixie off too quickly? No. He should have left her ass in high school when the brothers told him to. Was Annalisa too hard on Jario? No. Why is this even a question? Do you think Trixie was wrong for trying to get with her sister's baby father? Yes. Was Glenda wrong for trying? Yes. Glenda was wrong for trying to hook Trixie and Bashar up. I told you, they mama was crazy. Did Trixie deserve what happened to her? Yes. That bitch wasn't going to stop, just like her crazy ass sister. Was Stasi wrong for giving her sister a hard time about Jario? Yes. Just for her to then leave that nigga she was with to be with Asif. Asif, whatever the fuck. Do you believe Jario had good intention for Lisi? No. Do you think Nixie's family contributed to her issues? For sure. Her mom was crazy, and I'm pretty sure her grandparents was probably crazy too. Are you hoping Nixie and Bashar rekindled? Were you hoping? Girl, no. Who is your favorite brother so far and why? What about your top 3? My favorite, I think Asif was my favorite. Lequay. Yeah, Lequay. And then maybe Bashar. Why? I can't tell you why. What brother or sister are you most excited to read about? I already answered that question. Okay, let's go to book 4. Did you think Shakur was wrong for ever entertaining Sierra? I already said this. Yes, that nigga was wrong. Were you hoping Tierra and Shakur worked out? No, that lady was crazy, and she still was trying to go after the Lequay. Or was it who was? Yeah, it was Lequay. Do you believe Shakur gave Tierra a fair chance? He shouldn't have gave her a chance at all. Do you think Tierra had pure intentions? No, we know she didn't have pure intentions. She still loved Lequay. Was Shakur wrong for treating Presley how he initially did, knowing he's been intimate with her without protection? Yeah. Is that when she tried to tell him? No, that was Yolani. Was it Yolani? No, it was Presley. When she tried to tell him, but I don't think it was him though. Should Presley have tried harder to notify Shakur, or was she, or what she did, or was what she did enough? I mean, damn, he blocked her. How else was she supposed to get in contact with him? I ain't finna run after you to tell you about a motherfucking baby that you potentially told me you ain't give a fuck about and to abort. Girl, no. Do you believe Glissar and Prime situation was the same as Shakur and Tierra's? No. Do you believe Tierra's action in this book was justified? No. She crazy. What brother or sister are you? I already told you that. Do you feel Jamie Presley's mother should have faced more consequences? For sure. That bitch, you let that nigga hunch on your motherfucking daughter for money? Disgusting. How do we feel about Virgil? We hate that nigga. Next, book 3. Was Lequay wrong in how he handled Tierra? No. Do you think Tierra was misguided with her affections of Lequay? I don't even think she really liked him. She just liked her lifestyle, to be honest. And then she became obsessed. What about her sleeping with his brother? Was that wrong? Yes. That's nasty. Was Scotland too stubborn, not allowing Lequay to help? Yes. Did Scotland successfully get her leg back on Art? Sure did. Did Art get what he deserved? Sure did. Did Lequay take too long to let Scotland to tell us? No. Let him take his time. How do you feel about Nairobi? I forgot who Nairobi was. Was Scotland's brother right in how he came at Lequay? Were her parents? Yes. If I remember correctly. I don't actually remember. What do you think of Jessica? Was she justified in her feelings toward Tierra? Um No, that lady didn't give you no hunch that she wanted to be with you. The only time she really, you supposed to be her friend, but also she only let you eat her pussy. So why did you think she was in love with you, or that she wanted to be with you? Were you surprised Jessica was behind setting up Lequay? At first, but then it made sense. Do you think Shakur will make Tierra his main chick, or will she? Well, we already know he tried, but you can't make a whole housewife, especially when she's still in love with your brother. And that's it. Okay, remember I read 1, 2, and 7, so I'm not gonna do those questions because my thing is overheating. But anyways, I would tell y'all to go ahead and read it. I'm finna go to bed. This was a great series. If you want a series that's gonna last you some time, this is the series for you. Okay?